Hey sugar, another day, another vintage cake. I feel like these are quickly becoming my signature and I am totally okay with it. One thing I like about vintage cakes is that they can be so different but still have like the same vibe. There can be ones that are more simple or more detailed, more swag heavy versus border heavy, I guess is another way to describe it. But anyways, this one is a swag heavy. I used a petal tip 104 for the ruffle swags and then a tip 18 for those middle tier swags, and then also the top border on the middle and bottom tier. The top border will be getting a different tip. And then to add a little more details to these ruffle swags, I added a tip 21 shell border to those. And then I'm using my big boy, my Ateco 866. It's also similar in size to a Wilton 6B. I just like the Ateco version better. So I'm going to add a bottom border to each of the tiers and then a top border on top. And for this bottom border, I'm adding my absolute favorite, a double reverse shell border. I almost forgot that word. But I feel like I want to incorporate this on every cake. Maybe that'll be my signature touch. I don't know. We'll see. But this is just so much fun. And I'm like in my head going whoop, 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 whoop as I pipe. I think just to keep things, interesting. And then I'm going to pipe a shitload of dots. I cut out most of the dots on that middle tier because you guys didn't need to watch all of that. And now I'm going to pipe some dots in different sizes, in different directions. I told you, lots of dots. I think I'm using a tip number 2 for this, even though some of those bigger dots are, bigger. I like having a lot of times a smaller tip and it gives dimension. So when you're piping a lot, I highly recommend that you keep your bag clean by doing what I just did. So scraping down buttercream to the bottom of your bag and just keeping everything clean. That'll really help. So again, you stay clean. I know that sounds redundant, but really it definitely helps. So I'm going to add these little shell details to all of the points. And then I feel like it just needed one more thing. So I'm going to add a couple more to that top tier. There she is. And then now you're going to see her all set up at the venue. This was at Tuscan Rose Ranch in Santa Paula, California. Let me know what you want to see next. Okay, bye.